this from scratch. This is how I'm thinking I'm going to do it. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add an image. Let me go ahead and put an image in place. We'll use this one so that I can tell the difference between them. I'm going to throw a header, a headline, heading down here. I'm going to say first name, last name. Once I get it right here, come on, select first name, last name. I'm going to make it an H3, and I'm going to, of course, change out those margins. I'm going to make them fairly small. I'm going to make it a small H3. I'm going to bold it. Now I'm going to break apart the margins so that I can add a little space above. There we go. Forgot to bold that. So now it's bolded. I'm going to come in. I'm going to add a paragraph below it right here. I'm going to say title. I'm not going to bold it. I'm going to make it small. Again, hitting the margins and reducing those to next to nothing. And one more paragraph, putting it in place, and I'm going to call this department. I'm going to bold that, again, making it small, and taking those margins all the way down to nothing, then breaking them apart and adding a little bit of extra margin there. Okay, now I've got this. Okay, I want to grab these two, and I'm going to group them together. And I'm going to grab title and put it into that group and move it downward. I'm going to grab department, move it into this group, and again, downward twice, so that now I've got this structure. But you notice it goes all the way across. But because I now have this group right here, I can then come in and say create a pattern. Now I'm going to call this my personnel, see here, our team. I'm going to call it, let's see, team member. I'm going to put it in the category of our team and hit add. Now that that's been added, I'm going to come in and grab my patterns, go into my patterns, and you'll find a team member. Now I want to put another team member right here. And I want to put yet another team member right here. Now I've got 3 of them, just like I did up here. So this is building from an existing pattern. Here, you're building your own pattern. Whoops, I need to grab this one and that one. I don't want all that to be patterns. You know what? I'm going to just delete all of this pattern right here. Delete all of that. Delete. Now I can grab this, delete this as well. Delete. Now I'm going to grab all of this and I'm going to create a pattern from it. So now I'm going to create a pattern from 3 of these into a new pattern. I'm going to call this the team row. And I'm going to put it in the same category of our team and hit add. Okay, now I've got a team row. Well, here's the cool part. I can grab another team row. I can grab another team row, and remember all that space that I added there now makes these stack like that. Well, what should I do now? Now I'm going to grab all of these and go create a pattern, and I'm going to call this team block and put it in the same category as called our team. So this is that nested patterns. You have the baseline pattern, you have the row, which is kind of one unit here, and then you have a group unit. You can still add a single pattern all the way down here at the bottom, and now you've got, 4 by 3, which is 12 people. But what you did is you build it with a block plus a row. Okay, so that is a way to do this. Now, what if I want to move one of these out? Well, you can actually come in and edit the original, or you can break this apart from its pattern. You can detach it. So when I detach it, see, if I try to edit this right now, it's going to edit all of them. But if I detach it, now I can come in and start to manage this one. And I take this one, and again, I detach it, and then I take this one and detach it. So you still see I've got 3 rows, and I detach it, and I come in and I detach this one, and then I detach this one. And yes, you're going to have to come in and even individually detach each one of these. So there are ways, and there's some pluses and minuses to this. Now you're having to sit here and detach. But at the same time, now if I said, you know what, every single one of my individuals, I want to take this and I want to, whoops, I added too many. I want to come in here and I want to edit the original. And now I say I want to put some icons in. Let's go into some icons. We'll do some social icons right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and add, let's see if LinkedIn, there we got LinkedIn. We've got email, mail, we've got, let's see here, bio, info, Facebook, sure, we'll add Facebook in. Oh wait, they're all down here. Again, grab it, drag it into, whoops. Now we grab all of this and we drag it to right here, and we drop it down there. And now this is going to have, we're going to modify the margins on it and make a thicker bottom margin and almost absent margin like that. And then we hit save. Now that I've saved this, if I go back to our team, you should notice that now every single one of these guys has icons. Personally, I think that looks horrid. I would not have put those icons in for myself. But you now see that you can go in and edit it, and it edits all of them. That way now each of these has their first name, last name, their title, their department, and their social icons if that's needed. And then when you detach this one and you say, you know what, I want to take this whole thing and I want to delete the social icons from this one because he doesn't have social media. Now you have that ability. I will say that I don't like the fact that they're not aligned, so you do have to work with the alignment after the effect, but at the same time you will have at least everything starts from the same baseline. That's why I like using the patterns in WordPress. So what I want you to do is I want you to build out a patterned page. It could be an Our Team page, it could be a product page, but you build out your team or product page using a pattern as a baseline, and then grouping that pattern into a larger pattern, and then finally an even larger pattern. And what that does is it speeds your ability to add things in and at least create a proof of concept of a page that you then will use. Of course, the more annoying part is breaking it apart one at a time and then going in and editing each one individual, but at least you have the placeholders. All right, I will see you in class on Monday.